Welcome back to Sports Connection. Allen County-Scottsville Volleyball in the house. Coach Cameron Cook. Coach, things are going pretty well for fall as far as athletics go at Allen County. You've got the region golfer champion there and Burton Rutledge, and you've got football was undefeated just until they ran into the blue tornado that everybody's going to have trouble facing. But you know, we could go on and on, but volleyball, another success story. Introduce these young ladies and tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, so in front of me I have setter Georgie Tabor, and currently she sits in the top 40 in the state of Kentucky for assists per set. Beside her is Caitlin Duncan, who's an outside hitter. She is 30th. As of today, I looked, she was 30th in the state in kills per set. At the end is Claire Clay. She is our libero. She is in the top 40 for digs per set in the state. And then next to me is our sophomore captain, middle blocker, first sophomore I've ever had elected as a captain by her peers, and Lily Cook, who honestly plays middle but can play anywhere I need her to, and promises me that she could be the libero too. So, but great group of kids, and Georgie, Caitlin, and Claire are all juniors when Lily is a sophomore.
You know, young team, young roster. I think only one senior.
We have two
seniors on the roster. I mean, so there's obviously plenty of room to grow for you all. But so far this season, 16 wins for you all, just coming off of a tournament the other day. You know, coach just kind of talk about the season so far and how that tournament went for you all.
Yeah, so we knew coming into this year it was going to be a little bit different. We lost 6 seniors off of last year's team, and we knew replacing that experience, it was going to be difficult. We had a couple returning pieces from last year's group, but very proud of these kids and their growth across the board, because each time that we take the floor, we don't play a weak schedule. That's not our goal. Our goal is to go play tough competition. Like yesterday, we played against 3 of the top teams in Region 13 in Whitley County. So very proud of the growth in terms of playing, but also in terms of how they work together. And each and every time we take the floor, I see something heading in the right direction, especially with a young team. That's huge to see. And any coach will ask, we want to be playing our best in late September and going into October. And hopefully that's what we're starting to see, and we're seeing a lot of those pieces come together. But plenty of room still to grow. We've got 4 matches left before district, and everything's towards October 21st. We're wanting to make sure that we're our best on October 21st.
Georgie, let's go up in the front with Caitlin and you, and let's talk a little bit about you go first. You can hand it off. You can, whatever you call that when you set somebody up there. You can set her up with the mic. Being a junior, you got to feel pretty good about this team where they're at right now, plus the future of the team, of which your senior year, you guys will be, another year into this. So how are you feeling about it so far?
I've been playing since my 7th grade year, and this has been my favorite year so far, as us playing together as a team, because we have grown so much together over the years, and I've seen that, and I know that we'll continue to grow together and continue to move on to success.
Very good. Caitlin?
This year I feel like is definitely one of our seasons where everybody is more closer to each other. Like, everybody is so much kinder and invites everybody around.
Yeah, that's energy. You guys got synergy and energy, and that coach, you can speak to that for sure. This team's got a little bit of charisma, and you've noticed them kind of bond and grow like Caitlin was talking about.
Oh yeah, and I think it's them against me a lot of times. It's like you can't get a break with any of them, and they do. Truly a team that loves to be around each other, and not necessarily. And I told them that doesn't mean it's always going to be just cupcakes and rainbows. It's not always going to be perfect, but knowing that we're still heading towards one goal together, and I think that they get that, and that we're going to be intentional about the things that we do, and that's a word that we try to use in our program. Consistently is how we're going to be intentional with things that we do, with the reps we get in practice, but how we are intentional in how we treat each other. And I think that that's something this team definitely has been a great example of.
Lily, for you just to be a sophomore and to be already a captain as a 15, 16-year-old.
15.
What's this experience been like for you, knowing like, hey, I got a lot, on my shoulders to carry as a 15-year-old?
It's been really great. I love playing volleyball. I've been playing for about 11 years. So I love playing volleyball and I love everyone I'm around, and I'm just really happy that people trust me to lead them and help our team grow. We're all so young that next year I think is going to be a really good year for us, and this year too, ending the season.
That's great stuff that you're at your age, you're able to handle a little more responsibility. That speaks volumes, but your family is pretty much loaded with athletes, so I can get that. Claire, let's talk about you. Where do you fit in all this stuff?
Well, I like to say I bring a lot of intensity to the team. Being loud is definitely definitely a word people would use to describe me. Just being as a libero, you stand out, especially since you have a different jersey on. So I like to do that for my team and just bring a lot of energy and just keep people up as they play.
Claire, I just want to stay with you for a second. Just kind of where do you think this team is its best at? What's kind of the focal point of this team where you all feel like that you can take advantage of every other team around here and kind of shine a little bit?
I think that as a unit, and this involves people on the bench and everyone on the floor, it takes a team effort when we come together and we have, again, the word intensity. We were told to have 2 words this year to just describe ourselves and that we want to reach every game, and mine was to be intentional and intense. And so I think when we come together, especially on our offensive, when we're able to run the plays that we want and find the way we're communicating really early, that we're able to come together, and that just goes against other teams. We bring an intensity that brings other teams down.
That's great stuff. Who's had a pancake? I've learned a whole lot about volleyball. Anybody had a pancake? Is that? Am I saying that right?
Close.
I don't even know what that is. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, man.
Yes.
I'm thinking of a breakfast menu or something. Yeah, those are cool when you get on the ground, right?
Yeah.
The only thing, your hands touching the ground, the ball, that stuff's pretty cool.
Well, we appreciate you all for coming in. Good luck the rest of the season. We'll catch you on the postseason.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, don't go anywhere. We have more Sports Connection right after the break.